Hi everybody, this is Crystal. So today I'm going to show you how to make a Dreamcatcher. Now, I made mine for my daughter, so it's pretty fancy and pink. Now, you do not have to do yours like this. But basically, this tutorial it's not crochet. It's just going to show you basically how to do the weave of the Dreamcatcher. And then you can embellish it any way you like, as far as beads, flowers, feathers, any way you like. It's just the frame. You can use any type of base that you want as far as a frame, an embroidery ring. A lot of people use an embroidery ring. So that's whatever kind of base you want to use is entirely up to you. So this is pretty much just going to show you how to do the weave, and then the rest of the embellishments, you can do that however you want on your own. But please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I know this isn't crochet, but I wanted to do a Dreamcatcher. A lot of people are asking me to do one. But yeah, I got lots of crochet tutorials on there. Don't forget to check them all out. And we'll go ahead and get started on this real quick. Okay, to make the Dreamcatcher, you're going to need some type of base. Now, I'm using this frame. You do not have to use a frame. You can use an embroidery ring or, a metal ring. Just anything you want of any size that you want. But I have this frame here, and I actually got it at the little shop that's it's in my town, kind of like a resale shop. But it actually did come. It said the tag on the back says Hobby Lobby. It says like $30. I didn't pay that much for it because I got it at a resale shop, but it did come from Hobby Lobby. In case anybody wanted to know where it came from. It's oval shaped, and the size is, the inside of the frame is 12 by 9. So, I mean, if you want to find something like that, you can. Other than that, you can use an embroidery ring or something, but I just chose this pretty ornate frame. I thought it was pretty cool. It's pretty nicked up. I'm going to leave it that way. I like it like that. And then you're going to need, I'm using a Red Heart size 10 mesmerized cotton thread. The color I'm using is kind of an off-white color, so you're going to need that. You can use yarn too if you want, regular yarn, different sizes of thread, but I'm going to use this size 10, the Red Heart brand. And then any embellishments that you want. So what I have is I got these beads I'm going to be putting on. These came from Walmart in the bead aisle. And then I have some this is some jewelry that I got at Walmart, and it came from the jewelry aisle that I'm going to be clipping off the chains, and I'm probably going to use these flowers to put on, and whatever embellishments you want. I got some feathers I'm going to be putting on. These are 8-inch ostrich feathers. These came off of eBay, in case you want to get those little packs of them. They weren't very much money at all, so I got those I'm going to be putting on. You're going to need some hot glue to glue all your embellishments on, whatever embellishments you want. Some thread, regular thread, in case you get feathers, to tie it around, tie them together and stuff. And then you'll need some scissors and stuff like that. So you're just going to need your base, whatever you choose, and then your embellishments and your thread. And the hot glue if you use embellishments like me. I mean, if you're not, I'm going to be putting some stuff, hot glue and some stuff on my frame. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But I'm just going to show you the basic way to weave up a Dreamcatcher without having to crochet it. So I got my thread here, and what you want to do is cut some off and kind of ball it up. Make a ball like this. Depending on how big your Dreamcatcher is. If you're making a really big one, and you're going to need a bigger ball, you might want to use thicker yarn for a bigger one. I'm not sure. The thread would work too for a really big one. Actually, that'd probably be really pretty, but you just probably need a bigger ball. So you want to start wherever the top of your project, or the base thing that you're using. If you're using an embroidery ring or anything, you want to start at the top of it. So I'm going to put my work over here, and I'm going to be working through these holes. So I'm going to go around it. I'm going to go through this hole on mine. If you're using an embroidery ring, just go around the whole ring. You want to tie a knot there to start off at the top of your work. Kind of tie it pretty tight. I'll do it a couple times here. And then I'm going to clip off that little extra piece I got hanging here. Okay, now you want to take your your ball of thread that you're using. Okay, you want to just take it, and if you're using an embroidery ring, just go around the embroidery ring. So I'm going to take mine and push it through this, like you're going around the embroidery ring. Now once you're around it, pull your yarn back from the bottom and back through this loop. Like that. Like that, and pull it tight. And then you just go to the next spot that you want to do it, and go through, or right around it. You can space it out as farther or as close as you want it to be. And then go underneath and back through that ring, like that. And do this all the way around. So go over the top of your ring or whatever you're using, and then pull it back through this ring here. Always keep it tight. And then I'll keep going around here. So I'll go through the next one. I went over the top of my ring, and then you go back through this hoop here that you just made. Pull it tight. You want to do this until you're all the way back around to the beginning. Go back through this, like that. Let's see here. Around it. And then back through this ring. Like that. You see it's kind of making a web pattern. Probably would have been easier if I used an embroidery ring, but this works too. Pull it through, and then back through this like that. Just going to keep doing this until we get back to where we started. Remember, you can space them out as far apart as you want when you go through the around your ring. Just go over the top of it, and then back underneath through this ring, this hoop that you just made, or this ring that you just made, like that. And now I'm back at my starting point. What I want to do now is go back through that same spot that I started in. And then go through that ring from the underneath, just like normal, just like we've been doing. Now I'm going to jump over to this next ring, this first ring that we did. I'm going to pull my yarn under it and over it, and then back through this ring, like that. Again, I'm going to go to the next one, go under it, and then back through the ring, pull it tight, go to the next one. I hope you guys can see this. Go under it, and then back through, pull it tight, and then your next little part here, just do the same thing. Go under it, and then right through that ring you just made, or that loop you just made. Remember, it does not have to be perfect. Dreamcatchers are not perfect. Your next ring, go under it, and hold on to your loop, and then go back through the loop. Pull it tight. And we're going to do this all the way around again until we get back to the beginning. So grab your next one, go under it, and hold your ring there. And then back through like that. My yarn's starting there, my thread's starting to get tangled up here. But we just keep doing that until we get back around to the beginning where we started. Under it, and then back through, just like that. Under the next one, and then back through under the next one, and then back through just like that. Okay, now we're back at our starting point, so we just go under the next one. We just keep doing that and back around like that, and then the next one here, under it, then back through. Make sure you keep pulling it tight every time, and remember, it's not gonna look perfect. It's gonna look kind of crooked like spider webby, because that's just how dream catchers are. They are all unique in their own way. It just depends on how much you space them, how tight you pull them. It's just, they're really cool, you know. They just kind of become, they reflect you. So, okay, and the next one. And what you want to do is you just want to keep doing this all the way around until you reach the center where you can't do it anymore. It's really pretty easy to weave up a dream catcher. Just keep going through the previous, or the loop from the previous row, pulling it tight. That's, make sure you pull it tight. Go under it, and then you go through that loop, your main loop there. Just like that. And you can even skip spaces if you want, or you can just keep going, doing it how every space. Completely up to you. Make it to reflect you. Back through, and then you go through that big loop, cross it over, and it just starts forming kind of like a web pattern. Hope y'all can see this okay. See, some of my spaces are really small and some of them are a lot bigger, so it's just however you want to do it. Might skip one space just to see what it looks like there. See, you can skip spaces if you want, but you don't have to, just to make them look different. Just make sure you always pull it tight, your thread. That's the main thing you gotta worry about, getting it pulled tight. And I'm about to the center of mine, so I'm just gonna keep going here until I can't do it anymore. My yarn's knotting up here. Whenever you feel like it's good enough for you, it looks good enough for you, what you could want to do is just tie it off here. So I'm going to go ahead and probably go through one more time. That, and I'm going to clip off my thread here. And then you just kind of tie a knot here. Make sure it's all tied tight. Take one of these strings and then your other string and knot it up. And that's really the main part of the Dreamcatcher. I hope you guys can follow that along, but that's kind of how it's made. It's pretty cool if you ask me. I think the way that it's done. Kind of looks just like a spider web. Now you can just decorate it up any way that you want. So, I got these beads, or these, I'm going to put these, hot glue these on here, probably, onto my side. And then you got beads and feathers. I'm going to set this out of the way for now, since we got the main part of our Dreamcatcher done, since it was pretty easy to do. Really wasn't no crochet involved, but you get, if you got feathers. I'm kind of going to put them together a little bit. However you want to put your feathers together. But I use the thread to tie my feathers, regular thread here, to tie my feathers together. At the top. I guess I kind of just wrap it around with my regular thread and then tie it off. You could probably use your, if you're using number 10 thread, I don't see why you couldn't use that, but I guess I could just use the number 10 thread, but I always just use these feathers. Or use the regular thread for my feathers. Get them tied up. And then I'm going to take my regular number 10 thread, and I'm going to, that's what I'm going to dangle, that's what I'm going to hook my feathers and beads to. Now you can use, I see leather, pieces of leather twine and stuff at Walmart. You can use that stuff. I'm just going to use this number 10 thread and take a piece of it. Tie it one time, a knot to your feathers. I always use the regular thread first to tie them really tight, and then I tie this knot on once here. Clip this off with my other thread, my thicker thread. And then I will put some beads on it. Whatever beads I want to put. Whatever embellishments you want to put, you can put on it. But I'm thread some beads through. I'm probably going to, like this. Sometimes your feathers will fit through the beads, and sometimes they won't. Mine's not going to, so, but that's okay. And that's it. Now it's just kind of fixing it how you want it with the beads and the feathers. So I'm going to go ahead and put some beads on here, and then I'll show you how I attach this to the Dreamcatcher. Okay, I've been working on mine and got a lot of beads attached. But basically, when you want to attach them to your Dreamcatcher, you just, after you get whatever embellishments you want, like I got the beads and feathers on mine, you just tie it around whatever base you're using. Like I'm using this frame. If you're using a ring, just tie it right around the ring. And a knot. So, pretty much the embellishments, you know, that's however you want to do it. Mine's pretty girly. You might not want yours like that, but I just get it tied up here in a knot with my number 10 thread. There we go. I'll twist it up. Just a regular knot. That's what I do. And that's about it. You just put as many feathers and as many embellishments on it that you want. That's all you got to do. Make it your own. This one's for my daughter. Go in her room. My baby girl, Evelyn. So, hang up above her bed. So, and then you just cut it off once you get it all knotted on. Cut off any loose strings that you might have hanging. And that's about it. Now, like I said, you doll yours up any way you want. As many beads and as many feathers till it looks nice to you. That's it. Oh, and these things, these jewelry pieces I showed you in the beginning, I just hot glued those on. So if you have anything like that, you can find old jewelry at resale shops or at Goodwill. You know, I just broke them all apart and I just hot glued them right on to my base. So they're just stuck to the frame. Or if you use an embroidery ring, you can do that. These beads right here, sorry, I forgot to tell you here, these are hot glued too, right onto the string. So that's just little decorations. You don't have to do that either, but if you want to, you know, you can. But that's it. That's all there is to it. Basically, I just want to show you kind of how to form the center there, and then you can decorate it any way you want. But that's it. That's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check me out on Facebook and check out all my other tutorials too. I have a whole bunch of them. And until next time, have a good day.